Gonna be trying out the new territory playlist today, featuring the 3 new maps: Eventide Labs, I think it's Cirrus Plaza or Surrey Plaza, and then Dissonance.
Survival.
I've played a good little bit on these maps already, but I've kind of wanted to put a video together for first impressions, so we're just gonna do kind of
To your battles wisely.
a live talk through. I think so far Eventide Labs probably is my favorite map of the 3. There is going to be 1 person left, maybe 2 right here. I'm going to push under to engage. Let's see. Okay. Alright, yeah, Eventide Labs has been my favorite so far. I think controlling this area on mid specifically has been probably one of the better ways to play this map. Retain a little bit more control. I think 2 people are pushing this teammate right here. They traded out lives there, so we're going to play for heavy here. Yeah, Eventide Labs has probably been by far my favorite. The 3.
You're ahead on live.
Try to pull this real quick before they
Show your enemy what
engage us.
Fire team that fights together stays together. Enemy team is out of lives. Awful man.
I'm not sure what that play is there. I know fusion rifles can absolutely reach, but that's a little...
3 lives left. 30 seconds. Slay your enemy and they stay.
They can map, they can't map that well. Teammates should push up here with me.
One opponent remains.
There we go.
Opposing team.
Alright, so yeah, getting general control of this top mid, you kind of saw what happened. It was easy for us to respond back and forth on each side of the map whenever they were spawning or split spawning. This map's smaller too, so it's super easy to rotate. And you generally want to rotate off of a kill when you get numbers advantage and try to recognize where people are on the map. See if you can get good angles on people who are out by themselves. Unfortunately, my teammate and I bumped into each other there. I'm gonna have to play this a little bit safe. I know 1 person's to my right, probably 2 to my right if I had to guess. Alright.
5 lives left. Your legend rose.
I was expecting this closer person to engage on me here. Hopefully our teammate can stay alive long enough right there. I need to move over here to the right a little bit so that way we can engage together and not get pinched as easily. I did die there, but that's fine. We got heavy control, so we're back in the game. Let's see if we can go up to BMG here, see if we can help them out a little bit.
3 lives left.
Or at least clean up a kill here. Cannot get the res on him, so
Enemy team has no
run back
reserves
up to closer to top mid. See if we can get control of their respawn. I think 1 is going to be playing up and left here. Okay, 1 on each side of the door. Maybe playing their own separate doors.
30 seconds.
Kind of surprised he challenged that like he did by himself. Oh, all 3 are up. Top.
Last life. 10 seconds. No more lives.
Unfortunately, we were not paying attention to what each other were doing. And that's going to result in overtime.
Last shot at survival.
We really need to get back together. Take advantage of people. There we go.
All opponents.
Take advantage of the overextension. I don't know why this K1 person is teabagging, considering we just about threw the match. So,
Victory is within reach.
or
Crush them.
through the round rather, about through the round. So we need to consider playing a little bit safer. I think 1 person's playing that edge, possibly lower. I'm gonna throw a grenade right there just to kind of have something for an angle in case someone wants to jump back up. Make it a little bit more dangerous. I think one person slid below here. So one person sitting below at this door. Alright. Trying to get a look back outside, retain this mid control. This one person's by themselves, so let's punish them. Their teammates are going to be playing back toward the inside of the map. So let's see how we can possibly punish this. I really should have got both of them at the same time there, but actually what I really should have done was save my super for the Dawn Blade, but they're going to be respawning outside, specifically closer to me. Looks like just one person. I think they're in this corner. Unfortunately, the teammates did not collapse fast enough, but it's all good, because we won that round. So, Dad 7 Tide Labs. You saw fairly small map, pretty quick to run back and forth to different spawns and respawns. Honestly, this one's probably my favorite of the 3 new maps. This match will be Cirrus Plaza, the map that kind of takes place on Neomuna. This one is a symmetrical map, so that means when you cut it in half, it looks the same both ways. This one's pretty fun. I like it. Alright, B point's down here, so this is going to be kind of the middle one. So ideally, you go up to where I'm aiming for that higher plat. So I'm actually going to rotate up here now to retain higher ground, and unfortunately they have already decided to leave the match. Hopefully someone will join in. They did split spawn there, which is unfortunate. Hopefully someone joins in pretty soon. I'm going to anchor this side for a bit and then rotate over here. I was thinking their team should spawn over on this side based off the kill before. But I think we'll have... yeah, there they are. Let's see where this person is. Oh, that was some damage. Alright. I got pretty lucky that radar is really strong. I think someone's going to be running down here, maybe? The teammates did a pretty bad job of not reacting to the situation that was going on over here and coming over to me to help. That relinquishes positioning, and unfortunately they're going to have heavy. Yeah, the teammates needed to do a little bit better job on my life before. They needed to be able to recognize that I was already in a fight and come up to me and help fight faster. He is really just ready to play kamikaze for these kamikaze with those nades, huh? With those fusion grenades. Let's get a little bit of positioning up here. Actually, I want to jump over here for this positioning. Unfortunately, I ran into the Telesto directly, but that is okay. Kind of my fear of what was going to happen, but it's all good. See if I can do a little bit of ducking and hiding. For just a moment, anyway. I think he's actually just going to run below me. Needed to have the BXR out there. But that's fine. It'll work. We'll make this work. We are actually kind of hard throwing right now, but it'll be okay. Unfortunately, I am going to die there, because I'm having to 2v1. I don't know why the teammate's immediately just going for A-res on me there. Okay. Go for the res on the teammate, get positioning. So let's turn around, look and see what's going on over here. I'm going to throw this down below. Get an immediate kill right there. Revive the teammate. My teammate's not going to be ready for that, sadly. Alright, we're going to rotate down toward here. For some reason I was thinking that was the Telesto guy. So I need to do a better job of tracking the weapons that people have. And or are using. So, very unfortunate that I just strafed right into a second Jotun shot. But it is what it is. We're doing a really, really bad job right now. I'm gonna wait for the teammates to respawn. May even rotate to the next position. Because this is just tiring of... And this person that is hard crutching the So, we drug that match out a good bit longer than we should have, but that's going to be a nice, decent little gameplay for Cirrus Plaza, Curry Plaza. Yeah, you can tell I still don't know the names of the maps. Alright, this is going to be Dissonance. Dissonance is the PvP map that's kind of taking place on that one pyramid ship that Breed of Nightmares takes place on, or at least it seems like it's that one. So, let's see how this goes. This one is one of the larger. It's probably the largest of the three maps. As far as I'm aware, I think it's technically asymmetrical. One side seems longer than the other. And there's some pretty decent hit glitches on this map too. It sounded like someone was running up to me, but I think that was just someone on their team. I kind of just threw a random nade right there. We should be pushing this. We are the 3-1 advantage. I don't know how our teammates just let him run away. This kid really could have got away. Our teammates were not watching. what was going on at all. One's behind me. I'm gonna pick this up. Nope, apparently not. Apparently I'm not going to pick it up.
Strength in numbers, Guardian. Excellent. One opponent remains.
So these people have been doing a lot of coming at us one at a time.
30 seconds.
That's kind of how we accrued this lead so far. So what they need to do in situations like this, where we're kind of just steamrolling, they need to wait for each other to respawn and then push us. If they choose to push.
Round start. You're ahead.
So if every round goes like this is going to be a quick 4-0. Or however many it takes, I forget. 5, 4. So, we'll see if they play with a little bit more discipline. I'm going to throw a nade, see if I can hit them along the back wall. I know they're kind of using the glass as cover. Oh, I've OE'd.
5 lives left.
I did not look to my right there. I should have been looking at all my angles. No, you can't peek that angle, possibly push wide right. I feel like you shouldn't push wide right, but... I think Spoon has someone right there.
On lives.
You can pull up heavy.
Now show them the true meaning of war. Enemy team has no reserves left.
Okay.
Finish them.
Yeah, we're kind of getting lucky that we're catching them one person at a time for the most part.
One enemy left.
I really probably didn't need to waste one of my nades there, but it's fine because I'm about to have another one up. So we're kind of just giving them, or we're kind of taking what they're giving us, which is just them for the most part challenging one person at a time. This is pretty unfortunate for them, but if they're dedicated, they'll learn from it. That's a little bit too far of range for me. Bold strategy to challenge that. I respect the challenge. I respect it. Oh, the other person on their team left. Thank on. Alright. I'm gonna save Barricade for the power, just because that's the thing to do. We were dedicated to using those 140s at like 40 meters. That damage drop-off was hell. But, yeah, if you're a Titan, you need to be using the Barricade to secure heavy. Like so. So that way when they challenge, you have it for free, and then you get a kill. Really pick and choose your best moments to use your Barricade. I'm gonna go this way. Hopefully my team watches right here. And that way we have a collapse, so that way if they try to run that way, our teammates can collapse right here. If they try to run back toward me, I have their collapse. So, I'm gonna challenge this, just because we know it's probably at least one person. Yeah, it was just one person, so. For some reason I thought this was the round to end to 5, but I guess 5 rounds of this game type to win would be a really long game. So, unfortunate that one of their players left, but it is what it is. So, that is Dissonance, and now I think I'm just going to share my thoughts. just general thoughts about the playlist so far, the maps. So, Dissonance being the larger of the maps, I feel like it's going to have the best availability for lane and range usage in terms of being able to use the entirety of, or having angles and lanes and ranges to use in terms of the entire Destiny sandbox. I think Dissonance is going to have the best play for that technically, and it I think it even still offers plenty of places to use short range weaponry like the sidearms and the SMGs of your world, and I think there's ranges for medium range weaponry like your 140, your hand cannons, your shorter range pulse rifles, things like that. I think uh, I think that map has that variety still where you can use those shorter range things, and I feel like there's also places where you can check angles with snipers, rotate through certain angles. I think you have plenty of opportunity to do so on Dissonance specifically, and then on Eventide Labs and Curse Plaza, Cirrus Plaza. I don't really know how to pronounce it, but anyway, those two were kind of the shorter range maps. I feel they seem like shorter range maps. There are some angles where you can take that are kind of medium to longer range, like the platform on Cirrus Plaza, where you're overlooking the middle point in the power weapon spawn. I think those can be kind of your like medium to long range engagements that you can use there. I think that's a position of power on Eventide Labs specifically. Um, I think things like 140 hand cannons excel on those two maps. I think a lot of the engagement distances and the ranges on these maps are just really good for those. You just saw me using Rose there on Dissonance, and I wasn't having a problem for the most part. You saw a couple of the lanes that I was choosing to fight where you probably should be using a pulse rifle, maybe a scout rifle or a 120 um, at the most, but or at the least rather for engagement range. But there's a lot of variety of engagement angles on these maps. They they offer a variety, not a huge variety, but they do offer a certain variety of elevation changes and differences, and I think that kind of adds to the dynamic of the map since Dissonance has this a little bit too with being able to jump up on the higher mid platform, and then like these changes in elevations on the sides, and being able to jump onto the windows and stuff. I feel like these small amounts of elevation changes that they have on these maps, I feel like they kind of make the maps feel a little bit bigger or a little bit more variety in terms of where you may want to play your placement from or things like that. I think all three of these maps have a really good job of doing that. It feels like there's a variety of ways to control, to some degree, being able to do that. I think Cirrus Plaza and Evitide Labs specifically, I think you could really excel in shorter range with sidearms and SMGs. And I think all three of these maps really have options where you can play in certain areas to choose to do so. If you want to use a hand cannon, it feels like there are places where you can do that and excel for the most part. But yeah, I feel like one other note, or I guess just kind of closing thoughts. Cirrus Plaza or Curus Plaza. I keep forgetting how to pronounce it. It kind whenever it was first revealed, it kind of gave me the Ivory Tower Halo 2 vibes. Not to say that it is exactly the same. It just was it's similar, or I feel like it's similar in design. Ivory Tower is a remarkably vertical map, so it's not quite Curus Plaza, Cirrus Plaza is not as vertical of a map as Ivory Tower is, but it does give me that kind of a vibe. So yeah, overall, in terms of the first impressions, I really enjoy these three maps. I think technically Dissonance is my least favorite, but I think that's just an aesthetic thing. I don't think it's so much that I actually hate playing on it because it's big. I do enjoy I do enjoy it. Enjoy playing on it for what it is. I think it's just technically my least favorite. Um, I think Eventide Labs would probably be my favorite. It's just it feels so small because you're able to traverse back and forth from one side of the map to the other so quickly. It feels like. So yeah. With that being said, that's gonna be my first impressions overall. I genuinely do enjoy these three maps. I've probably played like 40, 50 games or so on them now, maybe something like that. So, with that being said, thank y'all for watching, and as always, have a good one. If you liked today's video, please consider liking, subscribing, and leaving a comment down below. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.